It's my greatest honor to introduce our commencement speaker. This is more difficult than it seems because our speaker is extraordinarily impressive. Trisha Cardoso is Executive Vice President, Corporate Communications of Showtime Networks. As the company's Chief Press Officer, she's responsible for all national and international press outreach and is the communications liaison with her parent company, CBS. Before joining Showtime, Trisha founded her own crisis management and communications firm, which means she was a person a celebrity would call when they messed up and needed to deal with the media. Trisha serves on the California board of UNICEF and on the board of the Chuck Lorre Family Foundation. As a board member with this foundation, Trisha played a role with the Big Bang Theory Scholarship that was just established at UCLA to provide financial support to low-income students studying science and math. She is also an active supporter of local charitable causes. When Trisha was hired in her current position, Showtime's president said, "My goal was to find someone creatively inspired and strategically focused who could also bring a big picture perspective." And where do these ideas come from? Probably from many places, but also from us. Because Trisha Cardoso is a sociology graduate from UCLA. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to introduce Trisha Cardoso.
Thank you, Dr. Timmermans. That was, it hardly sounds like me. Good morning, members of the graduating class of 2015, parents, trustees, honored guests, faculty, and friends. It's truly my honor to be here with you today on this immense day of celebration. I must share with you that when Peter Evans came to my office at Showtime, which is just over on the corner of Wilshire and Westwood, and he asked if I would be the commencement speaker this year, I immediately said no. I was mortified, but I quickly recovered. And truth be told, even though I was scared to death, I was wondering what advice I could actually share with you today on this most important day. I changed course immediately in that same conversation with Peter, and I wrapped my head around how excited I was at the opportunity to stand here with you today proudly as a Bruin, but also as a fellow sociology graduate from one of our country's most prestigious universities, UCLA. With nervous excitement, I immediately began to prepare. I watched YouTube videos of former UCLA commencement speakers. I Googled a number of speeches from different universities, but don't worry, I did not look at any speeches that were given at the school across town. Every single speech offered great advice, but one piece of advice captured my attention from novelist and journalist Anna Quinlan. She said, and I'm paraphrasing, "You walk out of here with only one thing that no one else has. Many people will have your same degree. Many will want to do what you want to do for a living, but only you have sole custody of your life." And she's right. Your individuality is the sole defining difference between you and your fellow graduate sitting next to you today, and frankly, from everyone else in the world. Only you have control of your destiny. You are your own unique being. I urge you today to seize control of your destiny. I did. I never dreamed that I would end up here with you today or that I would have even gone to college, let alone graduate from a university like UCLA. I am the first in my immediate family to graduate from college. I was raised in a small Northern California town of Loomis, where my father's family immigrated from Portugal in the 1940s. The population of Loomis, 6,000 people, and most of them are my relatives. I went to the same high school that my parents went to, my sister, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. It was small. My parents had me when they were still teens and divorced when I was a toddler. And although my family was very loving, we had very little, and life wasn't easy. My mother, despite facing many personal challenges, instilled in me a sense of optimism, kindness, and a basic trust in the goodness of people. My father instilled in me a sense of responsibility and a pride for a job well done. And growing up in Loomis instilled in me a sense of community and a strong work ethic that has had a huge impact on my entire life. I want to share with you 3 lessons I've learned along the way. The first is to have a strong work ethic and to make yourself useful. I've always worked at jobs much less glamorous than my current one at Showtime. As a young teen, I packed fruit in the same place my father did in a dusty, hot packing shed for agricultural minimum wage, which was just under $2 an hour. And this was one of the most coveted jobs in our town. I was hired to pick weeds on the side of the road. I served hot ranch-style beans out of a 10-pound copper pot at a local restaurant. You name it, and I did it. I had part-time jobs all the way through high school and college, and working hard at whatever task I was given became part of my DNA. The second lesson I learned was to recognize and seize a great opportunity. My life changed when I graduated from high school. I didn't think college was a viable option. In fact, no one in my town did. But unbeknownst to me, my father and my stepmother had big plans on how they were going to get me out of this small town. And here's what they did. They were living in Florida at the time, and they wrote me a letter with this offer. Move to Florida, get a part-time job, enroll full-time in college, and in exchange, you can live with us, and we will buy you a car. If I didn't like it after 1 year, I could take the car and move back to Loomis. Well, I didn't have a car. I needed a car, and I took that opportunity really fast. The car I got, by the way, was a second-hand bronze-colored Datsun 240Z, for those of you who know it. And I love that car so much. As luck would have it, 1 year later, my father transferred jobs, and I seized another opportunity and decided to join my father and stepmother in Southern California. At that point, I was 100% committed to getting my education. I enrolled at Santa Monica City College, and the following year, I was proud to be accepted as a transfer student to my first choice university, UCLA. The third lesson I learned was to accept some advice from my parents. I know that's not what a lot of you want to hear, but with graduation quickly approaching, I had no idea how to actually apply my degree to a career. I was stuck. What do I do with a sociology degree? Should I go to grad school, law school? I turned to my father for advice at this time, and here's what he said. Just get a job, any job, in any field that you are marginally interested in. Which sounds really simple, right? Only the problem was, what field was I interested in? And back then, we did not have search engines like Google, and so off I went to the local library to research careers. And since we are in Los Angeles, I focused on entertainment. I narrowed it down to public relations and marketing, and I discovered at that library that entry-level PR jobs pay about $500 more a year than marketing jobs. So PR it was. With no sites like Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, I had to be my own PR agent early on. I told everyone I met that I was looking for a job in public relations. All the networking eventually paid off. And when I got a tip about a job at Showtime, I landed that job. And before my first day of work, my chic, sophisticated, and loving stepmom shared some classic advice. Always dress as well as your boss. She then took me shopping and bought me my first pair of black pumps and a classic black blazer. And those two basics became the staple of my wardrobe and gave me the look of a seasoned professional, even when my confidence had not quite caught up. I'm still struck by the irony that my first job in entertainment was an assistant in the PR department at Showtime, and now I'm head of corporate communications for the very same company. And I'm so proud to be part of the powerhouse premium cable network Showtime is today. I am a career woman, but I am also a working mom. And my 14-year-old daughter, Ava, who was that young a short time ago, my 14-year-old daughter, Ava, is my #1 priority and the light of my life. I'm also a single mother, having raised Ava on my own. But now I'm engaged to the greatest guy, who also happens to be a UCLA graduate, so look around. And like everyone else, I'm trying to find balance with it all. So how do you find it? I'm here to tell you that you don't, and that's okay. What you do is integrate. Some days you can fit it all in, and some days you cannot. And there are those rare occasions where it all goes off without a hitch. In my life, I choose to integrate motherhood, family, work, friends, time for myself, and philanthropy. Giving back has been incredibly and emotionally fulfilling for me. Philanthropy feeds my soul and reminds me of my good fortune every day. Because after all, in life, you get what you give. And with that in mind, I want to share 4 keys that I promise will unlock your full potential. Number 1, get a job in any field that is of interest to you. You will not be stuck there the rest of your life. Most of you will probably have a couple of different jobs over the next 5 years, and that's fine. But at each one, go in, give it your all. Go in early, be the last to leave, make yourself useful, be curious, and stay open-minded. Most of all, remember, you are the key to your success. Embrace your individuality. That is what will set you apart in today's marketplace. Number 2, find balance and integrate. When you leave the office, I encourage you to disconnect from your smartphones and connect with your family and friends. Find time for yourself. Embrace your hobbies. Exercise. You just got to do it. Find love and give love. I promise your iPhones, tablets, and computers will all be waiting. Number 3, embrace adversity. When life throws you curves, don't dodge them. Lean in. Adversity can be a great source of motivation. When you don't get the job you want or a relationship goes awry, it won't be easy, but lean in. Don't dwell. Accept your role in the situation. Number 4, give back. Be kind, be compassionate, and volunteer. Nurture your philanthropic side. Find causes and charities that resonate with you. When you are doing good for others, your own issues become less important. You take the focus off yourself and contribute positively to those less fortunate. Now, I would like to acknowledge your families who have helped you through this journey. And this is not self-serving just because I'm a mom and my daughter is in the audience. But I'm going to say it again. I encourage you to listen to your parents and the loved ones who helped you along the way. They are your original mentors. They love you and have made many sacrifices for your education. And although they've already stood, I feel compelled to ask them to stand again. So please, will the parents and families of the graduating class of 2015 please stand up? Class of 2015, you will be leaving here this morning with a sociology degree from one of the best institutions in the country. So what will you do with that degree? Let's redefine the question. What have you learned as a sociology major? You've learned to think critically, communicate clearly, and to analyze the social interactions of people and cultures. You are experts now at studying human nature and how people interact in groups. Your knowledge and your generation's tech savvy make each of you uniquely poised for success in today's workforce in virtually any field you choose. And remember, your individuality is key. Your individuality and your UCLA sociology degree have already put you ahead of the pack. So in conclusion, I have the utmost confidence that each and every one of you will take your esteemed degree, find a job, give it your all, nurture your relationships, create integration in your own life, use adversity to your advantage, and give back to those less fortunate. But right now, it's time to celebrate and get ready for your parties. Go forward with pride, and remember, you get what you give. Thank you for letting me share this special day with you. Congratulations to the class of 2015.